Hi, everybody. I'm not really happy today. I just found out that we're getting ready to get taxed like crazy by the state of Maryland, thanks to the governor and the mayor of Baltimore City. You know, Baltimore, just like all these other sanctuary cities, has invested money in the illegal alien population here in Maryland. They never came to us to ask permission to spend our tax dollars on people who are not even from here, number one. Number two, they passed something a couple of years ago called the Kerwin Act. And Kerwin was something that was passed, and because it was passed, it has to be funded. Guess what? There was no money to fund it when they passed it. And that money that I'm talking about, we're talking about upwards of $6 billion. Governor Moore came into office 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when he came into office, we had a AAA bond rating and we had a $5 billion surplus. Well, guess what? All that money is gone. So the Kerwin plan, along with other city things that have to be done, now, because they don't have the money, they got to tax us some more. So what did they do? They turned around and they jacked up the speed cameras from $40 all the way up to $425 in fines. Did you hear what I said? They done jacked up the speed light cameras from $40 all the way up to $425. We're already struggling with electric bills, water bills, and a host of other things. You can't even fix the streets in Baltimore. It's like riding a tank through a minefield. And they turn around and now they want to talk like, oh, we're doing this for public safety. They not doing it for public safety. They doing it because they blew through our state money and they don't have any money. And I'm going to get real specific with you. See, what happened with these sanctuary cities? All these sanctuary cities basically assumed that Kamala Harris was going to win the election. And if Kamala Harris wins the election, guess what? That money train was going to continue to flow from the federal government. All the money that the billions of dollars, including Maryland, that they spent on illegals was going to be replaced by the Harris administration. Well, guess what? A monkey wrench got thrown in that because Donald Trump won. And guess what Donald Trump said? He ain't giving these local jurisdictions, Chicago, Baltimore, and all these other sanctuary cities, he's not going to supply those cities with monies to take care of illegals. And I think he's right on that. But let's at least our local government should be honest with us. Don't make up that you're doing this because you believe you want to ensure public safety. If you want to ensure public safety, you need to deal with these guns on the street and the drug dealing and everything else on the street. If you want to deal with public safety, last time I checked, there's more people getting shot in Baltimore than getting hit by cars or whatever in Baltimore. We even lost our bond rating. We had a AAA bond rating. Not no more. Not thanks to this new governor. And he talking about running for president. I hope he don't. Because the country will be in trouble if he runs it like he ran Baltimore. Man, this is ridiculous, man. It really is. To jack the prices up like that. People are struggling. People can't afford this. Yes, you shouldn't be speeding. You shouldn't complain about the punishment that you would have to get or the penalty that you would have to get for violating the law when it comes to traffic. However, the government shouldn't be ridiculous and rob us of all our money because they made bad decisions, because they invested our tax dollars in the people who are not even from here. We still don't know Senator Chris Van Hollen. He went all the way down to El Salvador to see an El Salvadorian who was put out of the United States to try to get him back in the United States. And then what I don't understand, then they go have these sit-ins, right, at these federal facilities that's housing these illegals, right? Last time I checked, I don't recall any senators going to Hagerstown to see some prisoners in Hagerstown, or catching a bus up to Hagerstown to see some prisoners, or to go to BCDC and check on some prisoners and try to get them out. But you can go all the way to El Salvador, and probably on taxpayer dollars, because nobody said anything who funded you to go down there and to come back. But I'm just trying to throw all this out there and let people know what's going on in our city, because there's a lot going on that they're not telling us about. And these prices that they done raised on these tickets have absolutely nothing to do with public safety. Because if they was concerned about public safety, they would deal with all this stuff happening in Baltimore City, and we probably wouldn't be ranked number 4 in the country as the most violent city in the country. Hey, y'all get back and give me your thoughts on this. I'm out.